Plaintiff Patrick Taylor has been good friends with the defendant for 10 years, and they often hung out and watched Judge Mathis together. Patrick is suing because he sold the defendant an air conditioner, but he has yet to pay for it. Defendant Joseph Basso says when he and Patrick lived together, their house was known as the Party House. Joseph denies owing Patrick for the air conditioner, and he's countersuing for unpaid wages.
Start with you.
Well, first of all, Joe Bass is a really good friend of mine. He's been my friend for about 10 years. We used to be roommates together. Used to have a lot of fun, good times together. And one thing we always used to do together, one thing we enjoyed after work is we would decompress by coming and watching your show, actually. And watch it all the time. We often discussed an idea that if you maybe watched your show for 3 years and 3 years of Law and Order, for instance, that they'd allow you to take the bar in Missouri. Because
you all were drinking beer that day.
We've written a lot of letters.
when you came up with that idea.
Well, I really missed an episode over the years. I watched it since the beginning, and that's why I brought the case here, because I always thought you did a great job in helping people and getting things done.
You saying I need to help him? He needs help. He needs intervention.
He's the one that needs
Well, let me hear from you about him a little bit.
I don't want to speak for you, Judge Mathis, but that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Let me hear from you, sir.
Pat and I were friends for, well, we've been, as you said, for about 10 years now. We were roommates for a while in St. Louis there. We had what was known as the Party House in the area. We had a lot of parties. There was one in particular I remember we rented. It was the first and last time, actually, that we rented a fog machine.
A what?
A fog machine.
Okay.
And the party got moving. For the house.
Okay.
It was a house
cover
party.
up the crack smoke.
No.
Or the weed smoke, or what? Why?
No,
Tell me why.
I don't know. I don't know what the guests were doing at that point.
Tell me why.
Yeah.
Well, we rented it for just for entertainment more than anything.
I was right the first time.
A couple hours into the party, Pat went downstairs and cranked it up to full blast, and within 15 minutes we couldn't see a foot in front of our face. Inevitably, the fire department showed up. They were ready to spray the place down, but once they found out there was a party going on, they asked us to shut the fog machine off and just let it continue.
All right. Those are the type of pranks you all played as roommates.
It seemed to be harmless enough until the fire department showed up.
So that's why you're suing him for the air conditioner? Because it did not blow away the smoke that you all intentionally spread? Tell me what's going on here today.
Sure, I had an air conditioner at the apartment that we had mentioned, but it was just for curing meat and to cool my room. And I still have it. Even though we moved out, I still had it. And this summer I was going through my belongings and selling things on Craigslist or through auction sites and whatnot. And I was selling the air conditioner simultaneously. Joe's lovely daughter had her air conditioner in our bedroom go out, and we were talking casually, and he asked me, or I asked him if he would like to buy the air conditioner that I was selling, in which he agreed to do. And so
I don't think I agreed to buy it.
So I delivered it and installed it, and he may not have agreed to buy it at the moment, but he did agree to pay me the $250 at the end of the month.
How long ago?
This was in August of 2010.
Did he give a payment plan?
No, I didn't. No, we didn't have a payment plan. Joe and I have traded things between each other for 10 years, hundreds of times, whether it be books, concert tickets, cars. I once
joints, you say?
No.
Never.
Let me hear from you, sir.
Well, yes, I did get the air conditioner from Pat. He did come and install it, and that was in August. But I did have an email, and I have that here.
What does it say?
It states that, yes, I was asking $250 for it, but since no one else is interested, you can have it.
Uh-oh.
For $250.
No. He said you can have it for $250. That's what he just said. Yeah, I don't believe that. I'm going to interpret that as you can have it. Well, period, as it states.
The oral contract was actually established when I delivered the air conditioner.
Go to law
and
school.
he said he would.
Go
not
to
law school. I'll just say that's just an email between two friends. Yeah.
I'm saying you're misinterpreting it
I just meant personally, I probably am. I'm not a lawyer, never claimed to be. I was just saying when I delivered, when I delivered the air conditioner to his house and he said I would pay you at the end of the month, that's what I thought the terms were defined, not from some,
then you say you can
for some one-off email that you may have found that he may have found in his
But
vast
unless you
collection
said
of emails.
something different after this, and he agreed to something different, you allowed him to escape liability when you said you can have it. And I know you're not trying to be a lawyer, but you said you were going to take the bar because you've learned so much
I
from
would
me.
try, yeah.
So make sure you put that answer down on the test.
Okay, thank you. I will. Put the terms.
$500 is your counterclaim for unpaid wages.
Yes, that's correct.
How does he owe you?
2006, October and November, I did some computer work for Pat at his office, and I had invoiced and billed all of it. All of these are signed and...
2006, all
yes.
right. When did you conclude he was not going to pay?
Well, as we had discussed previously, I didn't really conclude that he wasn't going to pay. It was one of those things where we'd been friends for so long, I was letting it slide.
Just want to make sure because it may be beyond the statute of limitations, and he hasn't breached up until now, obviously, because you still believed he was going to pay you, as you said. If you determined in 2006, he's not going to pay me.
No, that was not the case.
That's why I'm just giving you an explanation of the law. I don't want you all to get you're headed toward malpractice, both of you. I'm just going to tell you. So I'm trying to give you both some law.
We appreciate it, Your Honor.
All right. Now, so let's get back to the actual issue. Unpaid wages. Sir, what's your defense?
I hired Joe to manage the IT, parts of a business that I was running at the time, and I submitted several invoices to him over the course of a year, I guess it was, and tried to pay them on time. I mean, if he has an invoice that was not paid, then I would pay it. I never said I wouldn't.
You just do not know.
Yeah, there was a whole every week we were doing it, and there was a whole bunch of them.
May be the case, but you don't know.
The business is out. Yeah, went out of business, and I just got.
You have any evidence, or can you prove that it is the case?
I have several invoices here that were paid, and one that was not.
Oh, several that are paid.
And one that was not.
Let's see it. All right, $500 as of. Well, when is the last time you gave him any money toward this debt?
I don't remember the last time I paid him.
All right, and he does. So since you don't know, and you're not even sure whether you paid him or not, he's very sure. Aren't you?
I am, yes.
Okay, that's a fine. But I'd like to go back to the original email, though, Joe, because the authenticity seems a little odd.
Yeah,
see, I've got one right here that says Joe will pay
Counselor,
$250.
you've lost your case. I have this evidence where you told him that he didn't have to pay, and he gives evidence on his counterclaim that you owe him, and you don't know whether you do or not. Judgment for the counterclaimant of $500. Your claim is dismissed. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Hi, Judge Mathis. My name's Paula. I have a question for you. I have a restraining order against my ex-boyfriend, but he came to my church for his niece's baptism. So can I have him arrest him for that?
That depends, Paula. Some restraining orders simply state that the person cannot have any unlawful contact with the victim, in which case, as long as he was at the event for a lawful reason and did not harm you, he is not subject to arrest. However, if the wording is specific to you, he may be in violation if he remained at the event once he recognized that you were there.